Ever since my daughter's wedding, I decided to start losing weight. And by the grace of God, I have been losing quite a bit of weight. In fact, a couple of weeks ago, I had to take 3 of my suit pants to get them tightened because they were falling off of me. This morning, Sonia says, why don't you check all your suit pants to see which ones are too big? And now I'm going to have to take 4 of these suit pants and tighten them because they're just falling off of me. Even now, my wife says this shirt seems a little bit too big for me. But at any rate, the seamstress asked me, how are you doing this? How are you losing weight? And you know, that's usually the first question people ask is, how are you doing it? So let me share with you what I've been doing the last few months that's caused really a great weight loss. The first thing I realized, I could not cut off any foods. So if you're asking me, do I say no to certain foods? Do I cut off carbs or do I cut off this or that? No, the answer is no. I decided I cannot live that way if I cut off some of my favorite foods. For example, I still have tacos. That's right. But instead of 3 tacos, I have 2 tacos. I still have enchiladas, but not 3. I'll have 2. So in other words, I realized for me, for it to be a lifestyle change, I didn't want to be a diet. I wanted to be a lifestyle change. I knew I had to allow myself to eat everything. All right. But my thing that I'm doing is I'm just cutting the portions. I'm just cutting how much I'm eating every time I eat. For example, this morning I have breakfast. I don't have 2 eggs. I just have 1 egg. I might scramble an egg, put a little milk in it, and I put it on the plate. It's amazing that thing just spreads out the entire pan, and it looks like a big omelet. And I'll put some onions, cheese, whatever, and or maybe I'll have a couple of slices of bacon, one slice of sausage instead of the bacon. What I'm saying is, instead of 2, I'll just have 1. I still love my ribeyes, so I still have my 12-ounce ribeye, but I cut it in half, and that night I'll eat 6 ounces, and then I'll save the other 6 for another meal. The baked potato, I'll still have a baked potato, but I'll just eat half the potato, and then save the other half, maybe for the other 6 ounces of steak that's left for another, maybe lunch or something like that. In other words, I've decided I'm going to eat everything. But I'm going to eat in moderation. I'm not going to just take in everything that I want. You know what I've learned after all these months? I'm not hungry anymore. At first, yeah, I wanted to have 3 tacos. At first, I wanted to eat the whole 12-ounce ribeye. But after a while, once you start portion control and just eating a smaller portion than what you normally do, then before you know it, your body gets adjusted to that and you stop being hungry. And all of a sudden, I'm getting full at 6-ounce steak. The 1 egg omelet is enough for me. You understand? I don't need 2 eggs. I might even fry an egg. That's right. I'll fry an egg and put it on 1 corn tortilla and make a huevos rancheros and put a little chili or onions or tomatoes on it. But it's just 1. And sometimes at the beginning, I wasn't used to how many calories this had or that had. So sometimes I had to Google how much calories is a taco, right? Or how much calories is an egg. Well, now I know how many calories. At first, I wanted to make sure that I did not have too much calories on any one meal. I know they say you can have 2,000 calories, but I wanted to try to keep it from maybe at 1,500 calories to 1,200 calories. So I knew if I was having a breakfast, I didn't want to go past 350 calories or 500. So I kind of made sure I was in the limit. You understand? Lunch is the same way. And then dinner was my favorite meal. So I have the biggest meal in dinner, which they tell you shouldn't do. You should have it in the breakfast, but that's not the way I am. I like to look forward to something. So the dinner will be the bigger meal. But at the same time, I make sure that I did not even come close to 2,000 calories. So it's about portion control for me. Now, there's a few items that I just don't eat. For example, potato chips. I found that I'll just eat the baked potato chips like Pringles or something, right? So I save a little calories there. I don't usually fry my French fries. I'll put French fries, a little oil, and I'll bake it. Now, Sonia, she still wants hers fried, so I'll fry hers and I'll bake mine. So I'm happy. In other words, the calorie difference was too great to have a taste difference. You understand? So I also look at things and say, wait a minute, the taste difference between that and this is not worth the calorie intake. So I think I'll do a cheaper version. I'll save on that. For example, when I'll do tacos, I'm okay with baking my tacos, though that it's not as good as frying it, but it's close enough. And since it's close enough for me, I'm happy with that. And I'll let Sonia fry her taco shell. You know what I'm saying? So it's all up to what I considered. Was it worth it? Was it worth this calorie? Or is there an alternative that tastes similar to me and it's worth the calorie savings? That's how I've been living my life for the last several months. And for me, this is like a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. It's just the way I realize I should have been living all the time. This is what I've been doing, and maybe it's something that you can do too. And I just offer this as advice and tell you, God's with you. You have the Holy Spirit to give you self-control, and you can find out. If you want to lose weight and get healthier, you can do it. God bless you.